Science Academy. Science Academy is a free resource for students, teachers, and parents to explore all kinds of scientific subjects through experiments and activities that you can do at home. I'm meteorologist Kat Taylor, and for today's episode, we're learning about cold fronts. We'll use water and oil to show how cold air displaces warm air when a cold front moves through. Now, plan to do your experiments somewhere you don't mind getting wet and messy. You will need vegetable oil, water, some blue food coloring, modeling clay, and a clear-ish plastic or glass dish. So first off, we need to firmly press the modeling clay into our glass dish. You're going to want to press your modeling clay in any way that you can to build a little bit of a fence between two sides of your dish. So mine doesn't look too great, but it'll do the job. Next, you're going to put just a couple drops of blue food coloring in your water container. Make sure it's stirred all the way through. And on one side of the container, you're going to pour your water. And on the other side, you're going to pour your oil. We have a little bit of a leak in our fence, but that's okay. Now let's do the experiment. Remove the modeling clay and observe. Notice how the blue water sunk to the bottom. Now this generally has to do with the fact that water is more dense than oil, but that's how it works with a cold front. Cold air is more dense than warm air. Next, let's try stirring it up and see if it still does that. So no matter what, even if we stir up the air or our water and oil, eventually the blue will always still sink to the bottom. And this is how a cold front works, but in real life, it's with air and not water or oil. The cold front is where the edge of a cold air mass replaces a warm air mass. They're represented as a blue line with blue triangles pointing toward the direction it's moving on a weather map. Cold fronts typically move from northwest to southeast, but not always. They can be dry as they pass by, or they can bring rain, snow, or thunderstorms. And depending on their strength, they can drop temperatures over an area from a few degrees to just over 50 degrees in just a few hours. Cold air hits the warmer air already in place. The warmer air is forced upward over the denser, colder air. The warm air cools as it rapidly rises, causing moisture in the air to condense into clouds and/or precipitation. And that's how cold fronts work. If you would like to complete this experiment at home, you can find detailed instructions on ktiv.com.